how that goes.
So that's fine. That's looking good.
Okay, wait. Let's get a better photo of that.
Are we going good?
How about this? Wait, is this yours?
Yes.
That's this. Ready? This will be the photo.
Done. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Hey.
Holy shit, dude.
All right, we're here with Andy and AK. We're going to be chatting up, talking about my life, talking about why I'm not special.
Well, you're very special in many ways.
Ready to go, boys?
That one's working?
Yeah.
That one's working?
Is the sensitivity good?
Sensitivity is fantastic.
Fantastic. All right. You ready?
Alright, let me post this on my
No,
story.
you go post. Don't worry, you won't be in it. As in, like, we'll be talking.
I'm not. I won't be in it. Fuck.
No, you're in it, but like.
Live Q&A if you have any questions for Terry Ricci.
So your streaming is good.
Boom.
Wow.
Ready, boys?
Let's go.
3, 2, 1, live.
Alright, let's start it.
Yes, Taya, tell me who's going to stop you?
No one. You?
No one can?
No, no one.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm just here.
Shut up.
Nah, shut up.
The audience is going to know what that means later on
They will.
in the show, yeah?
Just wait a couple. Wait a couple days, weeks.
Yep.
Who's
How
gonna
long do we have to wait? I'm already waiting.
Probably a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Probably a
reckon.
couple of weeks. Within the month. Within the month.
in the month? April or May?
May.
Okay.
Not this soon.
It's gonna be a lit music video. We filmed that last week.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but don't give them all in one go now.
Oh, man, listen, I'm just really excited.
Mm-hmm.
Me too, bro.
That was insane.
So, Taya, like, let me ask you, right? Lamborghini or Ferrari?
You know what's funny, bro? I actually go to sleep. I go to sleep pondering that question every night.
Oh, I
And-
thought you said you go to sleep in a Lambo. I was like, what?
I don't. He just goes to sleep.
Yeah,
No,
he just
no.
goes to sleep.
No
I
way.
don't know, bro. I love them both equally. I think everyday driver Lambo. Ferrari's a little rough, which I like.
What if I told you Lamborghini's when you want to be somebody,
Ferrari
Ferrari's when you are somebody?
Oh.
could be true. I think McLaren is when you
Like-
are somebody.
I see Lamborghinis all the time here in Melbourne, right? I see it all the time. But if you saw a La Ferrari, you'd come in your pants. Like, how good is that? Pause.
I think I would.
I think I did.
I
Pause.
think I would.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what's funny about people who drive Lambos? Like when you pull up to the lights and you pull up next to them, it's always like some young, rich, entrepreneur, look edgy guy with tattoos or something, because it's like these are the people who take risks. Like you're not gonna pull up and just see like, so they want to be seen, they want to be known. And I used to think like, oh fuck these people, but actually mad respect to them.
Well, that's
You know?
right. Like,
'Cause
when
it's
you
like you're flexing and you know what you deserve to show that.
well, you've worked hard for it,
Mm.
right? And like with the Lamborghini, yeah, you look at it and you're like, how the fuck did you get that?
Mm.
But they've got that Lambo, right?
Except if you're in Miami, then they're all rentals
Oh, rentals.
Oh, are they?
and they're paid equally.
Oh, we'll talk about your time in
Yeah.
that as
Yeah.
well, by the way.
We need to talk about you in my eye. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to.
What would you prefer? Old money, new money? I think new money is Lamborghini, but old money is like a Rolls, a Bentley.
You mean the way it's accumulated or as well?
No,
or
in terms of cars.
Maybach.
I think new
maybe-
money. I think I like new money.
You like new money? You like sports cars?
Yeah.
Rather than subtle.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted a Maybach, but they just look like a regular Mercedes.
You get it for yourself. You don't get it for other people. You get a Lambo for other people.
Exactly.
What do you get your missus?
G-Wagon.
I
That's
love
a
that
family
car.
car.
Yeah.
It's a family car.
It is.
Even though I don't really like driving them, but it's a nice
Yeah,
car.
neither.
They look cool.
They do, yeah. So I want to say, Teo, anyway,
Yeah.
on the way here, I got ready for this podcast episode like I always do.
Yep.
And there was a car crash on the road, right? And I thought, oh, fuck this again, right? Like, oh my God, I'm late. I'm going to be late.
Oh shit, yeah.
But I was like, no, just relax. Just, because if I stressed about it, if I was like, getting upset, it's not going to change the outcome of it, is it? Then I was hungry, so I went through the Macca's drive-through and got held up because some guy in a van was like ordering for like 24 people or something like that, right? I thought, okay, you just got to keep calm, right? Because that's easily to stress out, isn't it?
Yep.
And then I went to go pick up somebody, we won't name who, sitting right next to me. And he was, I don't know what he was doing, but he was waiting, and I was waiting. Now, all this of the accumulation of just trying to get to one place can make you go a bit crazy, can it? And what I'm trying to explain to you is that in life, things are thrown at you all the time, but you can't stress about it. You can't get upset about it. You can't cry about it. What am I going to do? Cry about it? It's not going to change it. You know what I'm trying to say? And do you feel that
I do.
with your life?
Yeah.
So chaotic and
Bro, and it's funny because it's always the little things that tend to fucking stress you out more. Like someone could tell me, oh, fuck, I just lost an arm, or like, oh, you're gonna lose your arm today, and I'm like, okay, I'll just accept it. But for some reason, it's like fucking degenerate in the BYD who's just, switching, like not letting you in, so you have to like go in front of them and go in front of the car in front of them just to get in because they don't want to let you in. That maybe might affect you more. So yeah, I feel that. But when I was 16, I wrote on a like little notepad in my room. I don't know why I thought this, but I would write this every day, and it's like life isn't what happens to you, it's how you react to it. So
it is. It's the reaction of it.
A lot of people like to think, more deeply into things and go, oh, why me? Why am I cursed? Why is this the way it is? So, bro, things are just happening. Life is just moving. Time is constantly ticking,
And that's something we're not going to get back is time.
No.
How do you deal with the stress of, how do you keep yourself composed? Because to a lot of people, you seem like you have everything handled, but I'm sure you as a person, you have your own worries and stress. How do you keep calm? How do you stay composed?
That's a good question. That's actually a really good question. I think by having like disciplines in your life, I think if you always have your disciplines, like you always feel secure in yourself. You always feel good about yourself. So any stresses that come from outside of yourself, you can't control. And to an extent, you can sort of reverse engineer the world in your favor to just open up doorways by not stressing about things. You ever heard the premise of like, if you just act that way, even if your life isn't that way, if you act that way, then your life will become that way.
Manifestation.
Yeah, and I always feel that like whenever I just lose myself in one moment and then boom, then I stub my toe, or like then some bad shit happens, then I'm having a fight with my wife, or like it all just stacks up. But like if you choose to be more powerful than that thing in that moment, and then suddenly it doesn't affect the rest of your day, and now you have like this mental resilience where you've fortified your mind and you're just leveling up all day.
Do you have a space where you can be yourself? Do people have their workspace, and then people could have their little getaway? What is your getaway? We're all just very engulfed in business and life, in hustle, and we need to do this, we need to do that. What is your moment where you can just sit down, relax, and just enjoy yourself, like not worry about anything?
That's a good question. Yeah, when I'm alone, bro.
It's powerful to be alone, isn't it?
I know that's a sort of a morbid answer, but no one in this world is sort of ready for the most authentic version of what a human can be, because we're all sort of like actors in this world where every response has to be filtered and, just...
I heard Kanye say that.
So perfectly, articulated. And it's like, even with my own, like, look, I'll say some things that I think are really powerful words to move someone, or maybe I'm just saying it because I'm trying to be like completely honest, and I monitor the person's reaction like in real time, and I'm just like,
see how they react.
Yeah, I'm like, they're not receiving it the way I was delivering it, and I just think I think it's more of a futuristic thing of now, is that people are so out of touch with their emotions. Like people might have a degree in certain bachelors and whatever, but their emotional intelligence is just very lacking.
It's very low.
And often in times when I do act like myself a lot, it's usually with the closest people in my life. But sometimes that can backfire because it's like, oh, bro, you're fucking crazy. Like, yeah, I am fucking crazy. But
I know you're crazy.
But I'm showing you the person I am. That means I'm comfortable enough to show who I am in front of you.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, sometimes in my life, you just got to sort of simmer that down a bit.
And everyone...
And just know when to, you sort of be like a chameleon, know when to be like the certain...
Yeah, absolutely.
Around different people.
And Teo, everyone loves the highlight reel, right? The brand deals, the followers, the cars, the lifestyle, but nobody posts the late nights, the sweat, the tears, the rejection, crying in an Uber, after Bambi.
Why? Why Uber?
I don't know. All right.
Naming
You
person.
cry in Ubers? That's fine if you do.
Who hurt me?
Yeah.
All right. But you just messed up my introduction, but I loved it.
sorry, I'm
No,
sorry.
no, you can. Okay, you can.
Off one of his
But
main,
but today, yeah, we're going to be talking about what it really takes to win in this
Yep.
creative industry, and you know what it takes
Yep.
and where you've came from, right? And I want to know your story in just a second, right?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Just Hustle podcast. I'm your host, A Kook. I'm with Teo Ricci here, yeah, from LA, but born in Melbourne.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I got that. Okay, cool.
I'm global, bro. I'm not from anywhere. You can just say.
He's international, baby.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you guys.
And that's AK,
The boy.
the boy, the man.
Let's go.
Now, in today's episode, right, we have the dreamers, the creators, anyone who is trying to start something or wanting to just feel more positive in life or, have that motivation or momentum. We're here to do that. We've got the motion, and we're going to show you how Teo's done it. Now, Teo, we're diving into this hustle culture.
Yep.
Right? Tell us about your story, where you came from, where you started, and how you got yourself to where you are today, and what do you do today? Because I don't even know. I mean, I did a music video clip. But I don't know what you do. Tell me.
Yeah, fair. So where I came from, grew up in a small town called Mentone.
Where's that near?
It's in Bayside. Well, actually, it's south of Bayside. Technically, it's
Would that be southeast Melbourne?
southeast. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I got two older brothers, Greek Italian parents. Grew up with a lot of culture, religion, soccer, almost religiously. I shared a room with my middle brother for 16 years. And
How was that?
well, I'll tell you, through that journey, of being with like my brothers, I don't know, you ever watch like Game of Thrones or Vikings?
Yeah, I love that.
So me and my brothers always had like this tribal mentality of just like we're warriors, and
You didn't take over each other's cities, did you?
no. But like, I grew up at like 6 years old doing like 1,000 sit-ups a day.
Okay.
So my dad was big in taekwondo, and he was always pretty big on disciplines, like looking after your body, looking in the mirror and loving the person that you are, having all the stuff you hear from all the mentors today. There's a lot of them from the past, like Napoleon Hill. What's his name? You have to cut this pause out.
You could do that.
Alan Watts. Right, no, it's fine. Alan. Oh yeah.
I love it.
Right, Alan Watts is a G. But
And for
what I'm saying is, so
for people who don't know, who is Alan Watts?
he's like, oh shit.
Cut.
Let me go on the tangent. So like basically all the stuff that these philosophers and self-help people have taught, who have interviewed like the most successful people in the world, my dad was basically ingraining all of that without me realizing from a very young age. Like he would make me say, like, who do you love the most? And I would have to say me. Who's the best? And I have to say me. Who can do it? I can do it. So, and he would teach me that no matter what I do in my life, like he didn't care what I did, he just wants me to be not better than other people, but the best that I can be at it. And if I'm going to do something, that really give it your all, and really just make sure you're fulfilling your whole potential. So from a young age, that I've always like gone through a bunch of different hobbies, soccer, running, dancing. So I started dancing at around 8 years old. That later led into beatboxing, rapping, and then songwriting, and then singing. So basically me and my brother for 16 years, bro, we would just be freestyling in the room every day. We would put on like Drake's new album at the same time on our headphones.
What album was that?
And just go to, it was Nothing Was the Same.
Oh,
I
wow.
was a big Drake fan.
Oh, you are too?
I'm
Yeah.
the biggest Drake fan.
I think me too, yeah.
Honestly.
And we would just like analyze music and freestyle it and write it. And from there, it became my whole life. And I just had visions of, I need to do this, like from 12 years old. And I wasn't good at the start, to be honest. And I only started getting good at like the music side of things around 18, 19. Started learning how to produce, making my own beats,
How did you get better?
just doing it, just practice, consistency, but also being obsessed with it. Like if you try to and practice something every day that you're not passionate about, there's no point doing. I really urge people to not pursue something that they do not give a fuck about. If you really like will die with this passion, then you should pursue it every single day. And that's what that was for me.
If you can't stop thinking about it, do it.
Yeah. And yeah.
No, listen.
So like, man, I grew up like my brothers would be like punching me guts like in the stomach,
Oh,
and I would be bawling my eyes out, and they'd be like, "We're not gonna let you go. Like, you're not, Dad's not gonna save you. Like, we're not gonna let you go until you stop crying." So for me, pain was something, and at the time, I was like, "Oh fuck, this is like I'm getting like brutalized here," but it wasn't that bad when I look back at it. But really, that like shaped me to be like a resilient warrior in the mind, if you know what I mean. So to tackle everything that you would have to tackle later on, emerging in social media, when you come up on social media and even small influencers and creators, bro, there's just hate. No matter who the fuck you are, there's always going to be more hate comments than positive comments.
Always.
And so growing up in school, in primary school, I was like, it's actually crazy to think, but like, yeah, in primary school, I was bullied a lot relentlessly. My teachers hated me because I was so outspoken. Like from a young age, I really didn't give a fuck about rules. I didn't give a fuck about the law. I just knew like this world is like a 3D plane. It's sort of artificial in a sense, and I'm not gonna follow what other people do. Like I'm gonna manipulate it in my own way. So dealing with that, and then like growing up, and then seeing internet hate, it's just like, bro, are you fucking kidding me? Do you think I give a fuck about this? Like, this is my bread and butter,
would you say your relationship with your brothers shaped that resilience?
I would say so, yeah.
How was growing up with your older brother, because you lived with him for 16 years in the same room?
Yeah.
How did that change you?
He's my best friend, man. Even now, like I can't go a day without talking to either of my brothers, they're my best friends. I don't trust anyone as much as I trust them,
And so how'd you step out from your bedroom in Melbourne to LA?
That's a good question. So from...
Love it. Vivian, that's recording. It says REC. Yeah, okay, cool. Sorry? No, it's fine. No,
It's fine, it's fine.
But we're fine. Yeah, they reach. Alright. Yeah, keep going.
So, dude, it's so fucking crazy. I've spoken about this on other podcasts, like this part of the journey, this exact part, but I'm gonna try say it in a different way that's like more unique.
That's what we want. I mean, that's not my microphone. That's a shisha.
So guys, might just fix this up.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah. This is live. You good?
Yeah. Okay. So basically, bro, I would have like, all right, let's put it this way. I grew up at like 11 years old, bro, banging my head. I would have neck pains from like fucking rolling my neck to DMX. Like, I grew up on Lil Wayne, Drake, DMX,
Eminem.
Chingy, Eminem,
That's
like
Eminem.
all that shit. So I grew up like sort of idolizing these people, and I was like, okay. I remember I finished school, and one of my friends at the time was like, "What are you gonna do after school?" Because everyone was going to university, And I was like, "I'm gonna go to America." I had no fucking clue how I was gonna get there. Little to know. You know what the green card lottery is?
No, tell us.
Okay, the green card lottery is it's a diversity visa program that the US offers, where they select a certain amount of people each year that apply to become green card holders or permanent residents. So I applied for this first time. So my girlfriend at the time was telling me, Scarlett, she's already applied for it like 3 times. She's like,
ask how you met her later.
yeah. She's like, you got to apply for this. Did it first time, bro, got fucking selected. And it was sort of in that moment where I knew, okay, this life isn't real. And basically anything that I feel like I deserve, I'm going to get it. Because I was like, I don't know how the fuck I'm going to get to America. But boom, first step opened up. Got my green card. Like I remember flying to Sydney, doing like all the appointments and shit, and all the paperwork. And then, I ended up going and straight into the thick of it, bro. I was at like 20 years old at clubs with Floyd Mayweather, Tiger, Trey Songz. Like I was that, that fucking guy like Kanye West back in the day, just trying to get into the fucking door with everyone. I was meeting with producers who were signed with Universal Records, all this stuff, all for music. So I'd be working a job back here, like pickpacking. I was like just doing a dead end warehouse job, saving up my bread. I think I had about 80,000 Australian at the time. And then 3 years of going back and forth, I sort of realized, okay, I'm meeting all these people, they're promising all these things, but nothing's really progressing in my life, you know? And that's when I realized like, the like the fake LA world, where people are just doing things to be cool and like to be seen and this, that. And that's when I really realized, I think it was about 22 or 23.
They're all doing it for the highlight reel.
Yeah. And I was like, fuck, no one's gonna make this happen except me, you know? So then COVID hit. My wife also got her green card through acting. And we're like, all right, Melbourne's a fucking shithole right now. Let's leave. Like, let's leave. Bro, I remember there was a fire in 2020. Remember the big fires in January?
Yeah.
So those fires happened. And then like 3 months later, the lockdowns happened. And then I was like, okay, we're going to move to LA. Bro, you couldn't leave. We had like military escorts and shit. No one wanted to leave this country. It was impossible. We get there basically within like, bro, imagine 23 years of your life only earning like $100,000. Like basically, that's all I had to my name. And then within like a year, I think I started hanging around with like social media people. So obviously went for music. And then about after like 5, 6 months, bro, just started hanging out with social media people, like, the biggest. And I was in their videos and they were getting like millions and millions of views. And I was like, oh, fuck, I got to do this. I know it's not like music, but I just got to do this because right now I got nothing. So I started doing that. People started gravitating towards it. I started learning how to like rage bait before anyone was doing it. Every single thing I would do is just rage baiting hate, and I just enticed it every single day. And then I think I reached like 1 million followers on TikTok after, how long was it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
1 million followers on TikTok in like 6 months. Honestly, yeah, it was working like a bar job. I think I earned like 150 grand in 6 months at that bar job.
Teo, do you
Bro, I
rec-
was just hustling. Like I was serving like in the ghettoest place and just like getting tips after tips.
You made 150 grand from bar?
Yeah, but at the same time, my socials were making around the same amount of money, and then I was like, "Fuck, if I quit now, am I gonna make more?" Like it was a leap, you know. It's like when people leave their job for a better one, promotion, this, that, and then I left it, and then little to know that I started blowing up even more, and then never gave up the music. This whole time, I was always collaborating with people, different things. I had a lot of successful releases, but the social media side of things started taking over, to the point where I like sort of fell out of love with music a little, because I'm like, well, it wasn't really working, so I'm just gonna do what's paying me right now, and I seem to be getting a lot of gravity towards this pathway. So let me just focus on this for a bit. Did that for like 3 years. Accumulated like over 30 million followers since then. And if that's what you guys know me as, that person on the street doing those things, funny guy.
No, I know you,
Yeah.
the guy that eats the lamb chops at Bambi.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I know,
it,
yeah.
Now, what I want to know
Yeah.
is that people usually say whatever goes up really fast goes down just as fast.
yeah,
You got 1 million followers in 6 months.
yeah.
How are you able to maintain that? Because usually,
Mm.
we see these artists, we see these creators that blow up just like that.
Mm.
6 months. And then next year you wouldn't know about them.
No, it's so true.
But yet you're still here, still producing the same, receiving more.
Yeah.
How did you actually stay on that level? Because that's a really difficult thing to maintain.
That's a good question. It's like they say, getting to the top's easy, but staying there's harder.
Mm.
Yeah. Bro, for me, I actually like going to parties every single night in LA, meeting all these different people. Meeting people who say they're important and then they're not, and then actually meeting important people, but they don't give a fuck about you. And then, there's sort of me like this humble kid, like still feel like at the time, where I'm sort of not identifying with my fame yet, even now. Like, made millions of dollars, millions of followers, and I'm still like, I walk into a room and I'll shake someone's hand.
Oh, bro, you're humble as.
No, thanks, bro.
No,
Yeah,
you are actually like, you
'Cause-
know, I didn't even know what you did before Johnny introduced me to you. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That was like, and I'm knowing so much more now about you.
Mm.
But when you walk in the room, you can feel your aura and energy. Yeah, it's still humble. It's still
Yeah.
like, you know, a kid back then when you had nothing.
Yeah, because bro, I literally meet like so many people who are on paper, like 90% have less than 90% less than what I have, but they're treating me like they're fucking Jay-Z. And I'm just like, who the fuck are these people, bro? Like, it actually made me mad. And I'm just like, and I would see that and be like, I can never be like that, because if I become like that, that means I've lost who I am and I've lost my soul.
Can
know?
you're at the top. You made it to the top. You've made it to the top. Can you feel or sense when someone is like fangirling you or like, you know, knowing, you know,
At
what
the
I mean?
start,
Like,
no, but now, yeah.
you can tell.
Yeah,
Easy.
now I don't. Now I don't even entertain the conversation.
I remember what happened at Bambi. We were filming.
Oh, the chick.
Oh my god! I need to say this. Am I allowed?
Yeah, say it. I didn't give a fuck.
On the podcast. Sorry. On when we were at Bambi filming, and you performed. I was taking a BTS. Narco was filming you. This random girl comes up to me and she's like, "Oh, are you guys with him?" It's like, "Yeah. I'm just filming his, just for the story. I'm not doing anything
Yeah.
of too much importance. Narco is, right? He's filming.
Shout out Narco.
Try that.
Fucking G.
Oh
That guy,
my
that
God.
video clip.
That is
He'll know later.
That's money.
Yeah, it is.
that is insane.
And shout out to your crew, man. They did a really good job,
That is
man.
insane. But she's like, "Oh, is this guy bothering you, Narco?" I was like, "No. He's the main guy. Like, is he in your way of filming?" I was like, "No. He's the main guy. Please, no." She's like, "No. No one's more important than you," because she thought I'm the only guy with you, right?
Right.
She tried to push him. I'm like, "No. Please. He needs the good shots, not me." And then as soon as she realized we weren't entertaining her, I wasn't gonna be, "Oh yeah. You know what I mean?" You know how girls at the club or guys, you know, when they want to clout chase, they try to gravitate towards one of the most important people. For a second, she thought that it's just me and you, so she tried to like push people around for me. As soon as she realized, no, this guy's just actually taking BTS. She went up to you and she tried to steal your fur jacket.
Yeah.
What happened with that? I didn't see it fully.
This is why I don't despise women, but this is why I'm sort of frustrated by them, because everything Andrew Tate says about that sort of scope of life that women, you know, are striving for is pretty true. And you see it in those moments, and it's like, bro, this girl doesn't even know she doesn't know who the fuck I am. She doesn't know my following. She just knows this guy's on stage, and I want a piece of that.
And he has a bit of importance.
Yeah, and it's just like you're gonna degrade yourself that quickly just for a bit of clout. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It was
it's
so
just like
funny.
that frustrates me, and that's the part of this I don't like, because it reveals people's true character and true intentions, and it sort of makes you lose faith in
It's a bit sad.
in
isn't it?
humanity. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, not being sexist or anything, just generalizing, you know, there
Guys
is
do it
some.
too.
Yeah,
They do
of
it
course.
too. Yeah,
Guys
Human
do it
nature.
too, yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to, he's over there on the couch. We were talking about it yesterday. It's just human nature to gravitate towards clout.
Yeah.
As soon as you see someone of importance.
But these girls, like, you know,
Hey,
some of
guys.
some of them even like lied to their boyfriends to go to a Drake after party. You know what I mean, or private party.
Dump
And
that
it's
bitch
like,
straight
you
away.
really have to. And like, hey, they're getting caught out on TikToks. Yeah, like if your man's here, like, you know, your girl's here. You know, you got a girl. You know, speak up. And it's quite sad that they'll risk all that. Someone who like loves them does all this for just one guy who doesn't give a fuck about you.
You will never see that guy again, or
No.
he's not going to give you that time of day again, but you would trade your entire life just so you could feel a little bit of importance.
Or the Chris Brown thing where, you know, he's having those photos for $1,000 or something, and
Well, he brings like some girl on stage that has a boyfriend there,
Yeah.
and he's like
Oh,
making
I
out with
saw
him,
that.
and she's doing it.
Yeah, he's giving them lap dances.
because they think this is the only time. But why? Well, I don't know the mentality of that.
How do you deal with that? Like when someone tries to do that, because I don't know what happened when she did that.
I'll tell you what happened. So after the performance, straight after, she just sort of killed the mood for me as well. Like everyone's cheering and shit, and she starts. I thought she worked there. The way she came up to me, she starts taking my jacket off, And I was like, oh, I think she's trying to help me, like, because she thought I was hot or something. She's gonna hang up my jacket or something. And I'm like, relax, relax. She's like, take your jacket off, take your jacket off. So in my head, I'm going, this girl work here. And then as she takes it off, she's like, oh, I'll wear it now. And I was like, oh fuck, okay, now I know what's happening. And then when she said that, she's like, oh, let me know when you want it back. And then I looked her dead in the eye and I said, I want it back right now.
I saw
And-
she was even
and
trying
she-
to push Scarlett.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh, so she saw she was there as well.
yeah.
Oh fuck.
Oh, Scarlett would have cut
So
sick.
so I got the jacket back off her, and then I was being polite. I'm like, anyway, nice to meet you, and I shook her hand, and she goes, well, it wasn't nice to meet you because you didn't even ask for my name. And I just looked at her and just walked away. I was like, fuck off,
Wow.
Like, it's so
The audacity.
obvious.
just fuck off.
And
Yeah.
and Taya, do you reckon temptation gets stronger when you're close to leveling up?
Yeah, a woman is
No, for you.
No, I know, but I'm gonna
Yeah,
say something.
okay.
A woman is tested when her man has nothing, and a man is tested when he has everything. You know? Suddenly, you know, the woman that's stood by you when you had nothing, but now you have everything, you go, oh, I have so many options. It takes a big character of a man to be like, that's not important. You know, it's all an illusion, you know? So yeah, I think definitely the more you attain and the more your ego gets gratified, it's, you know, the temptations come knocking much more. You know, Satan's not, he's not trying to work on people that he already has, you know?
And what do you do to stop that temptation? Because you have reached a level where it is honestly all you have to do is just flash your Instagram or flash your TikTok. Fuck it, flash anything, and you'd have
Yeah.
flocks coming in. What do you genuinely do?
I just look at my life, bro, and look at all my blessings and see what I have, and none of those things are worth sacrificing what I built. You know, I'm not gonna let 10 seconds of pleasure, let's say, you know, destroy my whole life's work.
And do you reckon
Yeah.
discipline creates momentum and motion?
Yeah, I think so. I think if you have the ability to act without motivation, it's a dangerous person. And something I've been combating the last 6 months is like I've sort of fell out of love with the game, you know?
But I don't want you to fall out of love with the
No,
game.
I'm not. I know, but
Okay.
I've come back.
It's game time.
But like, yeah, because I had my daughter. You know, I was.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I was just so
Congrats.
present.
Beautiful.
Yeah, she's so cute. I was so present with her to the point where I'm like seeing all these things
Did
like
that change you
so much.
as a person?
Yeah, like I've changed so much since that. Like I can't even. I'm just a completely different person.
Like, I don't have a kid yet,
Yeah.
but being on this podcast or having this podcast, a lot of people listen to me, and I'm like, I've got to be careful of how I say things, and it's changed me as a person because it's made me a better person. You know what I mean? Those things that you
More accountable.
yeah, accountability, yeah, definitely, and things that you thought were cool back in, you know, when you were young,
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
And I'm here to change the youngins' lives. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And people's lives. No,
I understand
I'm
the
not.
correlation. I understand.
The correlation,
Yeah.
yeah. Good word.
Yeah. Okay, Professor. Nah, bro, like it also ties into if you just change your perspective and go, because when you have a kid, right? This is when you look at like a career like mine, it's very selfish and it's very self-absorbed. Everything's about you and everything's about your production and what am I going to do, this, that. But when you have a kid, all of that extra energy you had just gets devoted into doing that. And it's like, yeah, we could have a nanny or a maid change my daughter's nappies, but I see that when I put my daughter to bed or if I shower with her, you know, bathe her, I see the connection that builds, you know. And for me it's like I would sacrifice all my money and everything I built just to have a stronger connection with her, to spend more time with her. And that's why, like, I look at a lot of parents, bro, who just, it's a lot different when you're a 9 to 5er. I get it. You're in the system. You have to be at work and you're fucking exhausted. I get it. You come home, you got 2 hours before you go to bed.
You got a kid. You have to
You
be
got a
there.
kid,
You
yeah.
got to be present.
But if you just look at it like a blessing rather than a burden, it just changes the whole perspective on everything, you know? And it's none of us would be here if our parents didn't love and nurture us. You
And
know?
you know the system of today of the 9 to 5 that this podcast is showing people that we can break out of, right? Do you reckon it's broken in a way of, like, you know, it takes motivation and discipline out?
that's exactly what it's designed to do. And it's also designed to stop people thinking creatively. Because if people think creatively, they realize, oh, I don't have to rely on the system. I can create my own way of, supporting myself.
Yep, and that's
Just gotta fix this.
and that's correct. And with the system, right? People.
Is there tissues? So the phone.
Oh, don't worry about that.
For the phone.
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Let me hit that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, G.
I like the watermelon.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I had a question from an outsider's perspective.
Yeah.
You guys were talking about temptation earlier, and how obviously you get to such a high level and have so much temptation. Talk about your temptation control strategies. When that temptation does hit, what do you do to actually be like, hey,
You just keep on dropping these.
Yeah.
just go.
Bro, just get rid of the waters.
Yeah, man.
Is the phone good?
Bottles are just,
We got a chat from Scarlett Vass. Who is that?
that's his wife.
Said, still not landscape. Okay, I thought she said something.
No,
Just-
no,
you know what?
Clean that.
Yeah.
Just end the stream. It's fine.
Come on.
No, the stream's
end
good.
it.
Can we get some?
It's very nice.
Oh no. AK.
Yes,
just
sir.
clean that puddle up so he can put the thing there, please.
Bro,
Yeah. Okay.
Can we in Melbourne, bro? It's torrential rain right now.
We
Bro,
are.
speaking of, how good's the weather been?
It's good, yeah.
As of
It's
recent.
amazing. I have
Right.
never ever known autumn to be this hot or
Bro,
this
this
warm.
is what LA weather's like all the time.
This is
It's
probably
just-
our best summer.
It's
Facts. It's
Yeah.
just really flowing.
so flowy. The shisha helps.
It does, yeah.
Hey man.
I hope it helps you sick cunt. That's all.
You're a sick cunt. Bro, you pulled through. You're a
Yeah?
fucking sick cunt. Yeah.
Fucking G. Yeah. Wait. We ready? AK.
Yeah. Let's do it.
We need a
The shit's scented, bro. The shit's scented.
It is centered
What
up.
did Scarlett say?
She said still not landscape. But thing is,
Yeah, she's a technical specialist.
check in.
Hey guys, just from an outsider's perspective, you guys were talking about temptation earlier, and when someone does get to your caliber, obviously temptation strikes a lot more often because you've got so much access. Now, when temptation of that caliber strikes, what's your temptation control strategy? What makes you think like, oh shit, I actually probably shouldn't do this right now?
That's a good question.
Love it, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's the biggest question everyone's dying to know. Like, how do you battle the things that feel good in the moment but make you feel like shit afterwards, And the only thing that makes me like stay on that lane is realizing, did that fucking stop?
That stopped.
The only thing that makes
Sorry,
me
I
realize, or get past battle the temptation is realizing, okay, let's think of it this way.
What makes you think about it in the moment? Like, what makes you realize, okay, this is wrong?
Well, let's say shisha is a temptation.
Yeah.
It's nicotine, right?
Yeah.
The question is, like, I see a lot of people in my life who are like addicted to cigarettes, and they just, bro, they cannot wake up without having a cigarette,
Because they rely on it.
Yeah. And the way I look at my life is like, if I do it once, okay, I do believe in everything in moderation, and some things of this world are meant to be, for this, the human experience, because we are sensory individuals. But the thing is that I think, okay, if I do this once, it's a one-off. If I do it every day or every other day, then it's like here and there. But then if I do it every here and there, then I'm going to want to do it every day. And if I do it every day, it's going to become my personal reality. And if it becomes my personal reality, then it's going to become my personality. So is this someone I want to be long term? And the answer is always no. The answer is always no. So if I see something bad in the moment, I'm just like, okay, this is something I'm going to have to sustain long term. It could develop into an addiction, and that would ruin the current life that I already have. So it just comes down to, in the moment, being conscious of, what the temptation is and going, okay, do I want my life to go this way or this way?
How do you get the consciousness? Because it's so hard for you to just be engulfed in the temptation. Let's just say it's like, you have a wife at home, or you have a girlfriend, but then, you have all these clout chasing people that really just want to get with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so easy to just ignore that in the moment. You don't
Right.
get the consciousness. How do you bring yourself to realize that in the first part? Because that's the hardest thing.
Let's say if it was a temptation, all right, you do it once. Like, let's say, oh, you got a little thing on the side. I'll do it once. but then you're not gonna like how you felt afterwards, right? It's like if you jerk off, like you're never proud that you jerked off.
No, you always feel shit after it.
Of course, yeah, because you're like, what the fuck was the point of that?
Yeah.
You know? But I also do believe that jerking off is sort of healthy because we are biological creatures.
Well,
and
yeah,
it's healthy to ejaculate frequently.
Yeah, but it helps the mental.
Yeah,
It does.
yeah.
I was talking about clarity. You know what I mean?
What is?
Sorry,
100%.
Vivian.
Yeah, porn is fake. Just like most videos on social media, porn is very fake. Sex transmutation is a big one. Sometimes, like, as guys, we think with our dicks a lot. And it's like this, okay? I'm super fucking passionate about my music career. Like when I go to bed, I'm like, oh, I can just envision how things are going to hit. I just know this is going to happen. And that's occupying my mind. So if I'm going to give someone else attention, that's going to take away from that end goal. That's actually robbing me of my desired future unconsciously. You know what I'm saying? So I guess just realizing that it's not that important and that it's actually like a silent thief in the night. I think that's the only way.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree, but it's really just really hard to realize that.
And it's hard to break out of that,
It is.
right? Especially when something makes you feel so good, even if it is for 30 seconds, right? But you got to realize the end goal at the end of the day, right? And sacrifice. You didn't get to LA without sacrifice as well.
Yeah.
Same with this, yeah? You just got to sacrifice. Okay, cool. I'm not going to feel good for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But the end goal is it's going to make me focus on my art and stuff
Yeah.
a lot better. You know what I'm trying to say?
100%.
So,
I used to defend, like, let's say jerking off, for example. I would defend it and be like, oh, it's just like 5 minutes, this, that. But when you actually think about it, you got 24 hours in a day. You sleep for 8 or 10 hours. Let's say if you're privileged, you get 10 hours.
I sleep for 2, 3, but yeah.
For the average person, let's say
Yeah.
6, 7, 8.
You're different.
So, yeah, 2 hours is crazy.
Built different.
So now you have 15 hours, and then 5 of those hours is, eating, shitting, showering, running errands, and then the other 8 hours is your 9 to 5 or working. So you actually only have 1 to 2 hours spare a day. So if you're putting 30 minutes of that 2 hours every day into jerking off or another unhealthy habit, you're actually wasting your whole life. That's your whole life. That's every single decision, every single day is compounded, and now you have, after 5 years, what do you have to show for it? Oh, I came like 1,000 times. Or you can be like, oh, 30 minutes of a day, I read like a book or something, or and now when you have a conversation with someone, like, how do you know so much about that? Like, oh, I've studied it. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying, Teo.
But it's like, do you want to break free? Do you want to break free from your life or not? Like, do you really care that much about your future or not? Because if you don't, then they're the decisions you're going to make. But I do think that you do hit a wall with hustling. You do hit a wall with ambition, because once you get to the point where, your house is paid off, you got nice cars, your family's looked after, you sort of look like, unless you're a sick billionaire where you just want more and more money, you sort of look at money like, what the fuck's actually the point? Because I could just keep upgrading my life and it doesn't make any difference to how I feel. And usually the more you have, the more shit you feel inside anyway. And that's what I've realized. Like, I like having nice things and I want to be able to have the freedom to travel and have good experiences. But if it's to the point where, like, oh, I don't want to wear these shoes on the hike because I paid $2,000 for them, and that's causing you stress in that moment, it's like, bro, just wear the fucking $60 shoes or go barefoot.
It's much more happier.
Yeah,
Money's just, you just want the money for the freedom.
for the freedom.
To take your girl out, to
Yeah.
dinner. You want to buy a nice shirt, you can buy that. Not having to worry about, oh my God, am I going to have enough money for rent next week, or stuff like that.
Exactly.
And you've got that freedom. You've built that.
But Jim Carrey said it. I wish everyone could be rich and famous so they could see that it's, not the end goal. It's not what life's about. And I can vouch for that statement too, bro. It's like you get it. It's like, yeah, it's fucking mad, bro. Like, I wake up, I work out at my house. I go for a cold plunge in my house. I go to the gym whenever the fuck I want. I go in the studio when I want. yes, I have a baby, so I have to look after her. But apart from that, it's like I got no one telling me what the fuck to do. That's amazing. That's great. And people look at that like, oh, he's so privileged. And I'm like, that's the way I envision to live my life, and I'm living it that way. But if you're if you get to that point, and then because I've been a victim of this too, if you get to that point and you're sort of going, oh, you know, when you get a new car or new clothes and you're obsessed with it the first week, and then you really don't give a fuck about it anymore. You don't care if people wear their shoes in it. That's what it's sort of like with money. So when you realize that you're not the slave to money anymore, and money can just be a byproduct of things you're passionate about, I think that's when life gets pretty good. And that's the stage I'm at right now.
And you're enjoying
Just-
like your music and your
Yep.
content, you know, all that kind of stuff now, aren't you?
Yeah, much more.
A lot.
Yeah, because even before, like, look, I love the content I was making at the time, but it sort of got to a point where I grew out of it. And even though it was sort of fake in a way, like I was, you know, coming up with the craziest ideas and rage baiting and this, that, and I was getting all the reactions I wanted, it sort of got to a point where I'm like, this actually isn't benefiting me anymore, because I'm not that person anymore who's able to do those things and be okay with it, you know? And now, and it happens when you let God into your heart as well, you realize that you want to help other people realize these things and be more true to themselves, you know, to their internal reality, rather than just glorifying.
And God is
All the
very
things.
powerful.
Yeah, and I want to get into that topic as well. How is, religiousness, spirituality, how's that involved in your life? How do you incorporate that? Because you said that no one can tell you anything, and no one tells you what to do. So it's only you to keep yourself accountable.
Yeah.
How do you remind yourself to keep that in your life if it is, religiousness and
Yeah. I've seen dark things, man. And let's say you didn't know what religion was, and you go out into the world, you see someone, you see like child trafficking and all that shit, Let's say religion's not even a thing and you see like child trafficking, you still know it's bad. You still know it feels bad. You still look at a pedophile, just think how the fuck could someone be like that? So it sort of comes back to like, to all the like people who aren't religious, like I would say is like, forget religion for a second and just look at how you feel after a certain act, or look at how you feel after, digesting a certain moment. And that's what made me, like, I grew up religious, then I became like spiritual per se, started like meditating and all that. And then I really came back to God, like after I had my baby, because you realize like the devil's real, bro. You see it everywhere. Like evil is real. So if evil's there, then so is God.
But God is more powerful.
Yeah.
And that's where we have to like stay on that track, you know what I mean? Because the
Yeah.
devil can like tempt us. Temptation, very, very powerful in the devil, isn't it?
Yep.
But we have to, as you said, look to God to get away that temptation, that jerking off, yeah, to get back to our goal. I was going to say the jerking off is the devil.
I
and
like how
the
we just
goal
keep
is the God.
the whole topic is just about jerking off.
Well, I mean, hey, I'll just go with the
I just
theme
find it
here.
funny when you say it. It just sounds good
Why?
coming out of your mouth. I don't know why.
Pause.
Yeah. Whoa.
Sounds good coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, really? Is it because I have a radio voice? Is it because like
Yeah,
comedian,
bro, yeah.
comedian professor?
Yeah.
I mean, how many other titles am I going to get here? Look, you know what I mean? But Teo, I want to know something. Yeah, how do I stay motivated and disciplined when no one follows me or supports me or shows love? It's a big one.
Not you per se, but just in general.
I mean, me too.
Yeah.
How
I mean,
does
this podcast is fairly new. We still get like, people tuning in, but you still, you don't
Yeah.
have that audience of 1 million, right? Or
Yeah.
other people that are starting their content. What do you do?
No one's coming to save you.
Thank you.
That's it. Yeah.
No.
No one's literally, no one gives a fuck about you. No one's coming to save you. Like, no.
Stay disciplined.
People still don't give a like. They can say that, but they still don't give a fuck about me. If I decide to just go live on a farm, everyone's gonna forget about me. And that's for many people in the world. You just have to believe it before you do it, and no matter how far the odds are stacking against you logistically in your brain, you just have to shut all of that noise up, and just believe it's gonna happen.
I like how it all ties back together. because
Yeah.
you're the only person that's gonna be there for yourself.
Yeah.
A lot of people listen. I know this is off topic in a way, but sometimes you'd say a joke, and you know what, you'd laugh at your own joke. People be like, "Why are you laughing at your own joke?" You know what I always say? No one's ever gonna be there for yourself other than you. I know this is like a
Yeah.
silly example, but it's just a mentality thing up here.
I laugh at my jokes all the time. I think it's
You're your
hilarious.
biggest supporter.
And I
Yeah.
don't care if anyone doesn't laugh with me.
Bro, that's a dangerous place to be. That's the best place to be.
I'm dangerous, AK.
You are.
We're in danger.
If you genuinely don't care what other people think, I think you're on the right path.
You cannot rely on other people's
No.
validation. Like
No.
you gotta rely on your own.
No, of course. And Teo, like, this podcast is still small, but I still feel like it's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Because of what I have to bring. People talk about motivation and hustle all the time, but I've got a different aura, energy. This,
Bro, you do. And I felt that. And I told you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, bro, you're fucking. What makes you be that way? Is it a choice or is it just naturally how you are?
I think it's a bit of both. It's a choice and natural.
And usually people like you've been through some shit, huh?
A lot.
Yeah. So you know what's on the other side. So you have to choose
Well-
the better emotion.
Yeah. Well, one
Yeah.
thing I love is Robin Williams. Yeah, he was the happiest person ever, but he's also the saddest. And because he knew what it was like to feel sad, and he didn't want other people to. And that's the same with me. I know what it's like to be in the dumps or be rock bottom, and I don't want people to feel that. And that's why I'm the way I am. But
That's
also,
sick.
I love to be happy.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's inspirational, bro. I love that.
You really could see that when we did the shoot with the mosque and the hole in the cock mouth.
Hole, yeah.
Oh, I can see. Yeah. Even if there wasn't any holes, I can see.
No, you could. Bro was
Hole in the mouth was really something. Huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
Bro was into it. Yeah, you were. Yeah, the energy is everything, man. Like Nikola Tesla said, energy, frequency, vibration. You know.
Energy don't lie. You know what I mean? People can fake being real. People can fake being this, but they can't fake energy, can they?
Nope.
And you can feel that.
Bit for so long.
Yeah, it's like someone I could be saying, you're so great, you're so great, you're so great. But if the energy's not there, you know that I don't really mean it.
And you don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Exactly.
100%.
And you can feel that.
Yeah, like you can only keep it up for so long.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
He's telling you you're great, you're great, you're great, and his actions reflect something else. You'll feel it.
Yep.
It does not lie.
Yep. No, it doesn't.
And look, criticism always hurts from everybody, right? No matter who you are, something's always going to get you, right? As you said, you don't give a fuck about what people say on the comments and shit like that. That's, that's a given. But how do you handle it? Like, how do you deal with some comments that might get you? If you see something, I mean, you're not going to reply to everything, but does it, like, how do you silence the haters or the doubters? Like,
In my mind.
in your mind, in your heart, in reality.
Not gonna lie, sometimes you might read an odd comment or few and go, they really think that, or like they really mean that.
This motherfucker.
But I've actually been in a dark place, right? And I know other people who don't feel good about themselves, where they will just go on Instagram or X and just find a real hate.
I hate calling
hate,
it
hate.
X. I hate calling it X.
Yeah,
Yeah, like Twitter.
Yeah.
Continue.
comment hate, and I would even get to a point where like I'm feeling so shit about myself, so like, okay, let me just hate on someone else right now. So once that's why people are doing it, automatically the words are diffused. The words hold no meaning, and when you're so assured and confident in yourself, the words just glide off you. They don't mean anything. You can't be so reactive to words. Words are just, it's sounds coming out of your mouth, and yes, they mean something, but you have to choose the meaning, And also sometimes I've replied to like a lot of hate comments, and then as soon as they'll literally be like, bro, you should need to fucking kill yourself, you suck, this, that. And I'll be like, damn, bro, like, are you okay? And they'll literally reply like, oh my God, I can't believe you replied, bro, I'm such a big fan. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And this happened many times. So like people, they just want attention, because they're not feeling good.
Yeah. And
So when you realize that, like the human mind, then you go, oh, okay, the words mean nothing. I know what I think about myself. I know how I feel. about myself, so it doesn't matter. You
They're
know?
like narrow-minded. They're small-minded. They don't know what it took to get to where you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like hating on football players, hating on rappers, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not everyone here. Like we're not all saints. Everyone's been through something.
Mm.
I just don't get the audacity why they think like, you know, to hate on you. And then they're like, oh, I'm your biggest fan.
Yeah. It's weird.
It's very weird.
It's so weird. But also, even if I look at all the followers and the views, I know I'm just 5 seconds in their life. You know what I'm saying?
Any publicity is good publicity. Do you agree?
In the present moment, yeah.
Elaborate on that. Is it bad in the?
Like at the time, but it has to be shifted elsewhere after the fact. Yeah. Like, because there's been a lot of things that, like, I've even made up. Like, you know, we kept this step sibling thing. You know, we ran with that joke for fucking years. It was funny. There's like some news agency wrote about it. Like, you know, they were step siblings, so we just went along with it. We're like, yeah,
That's so cool.
okay, we are. And we like trolled it a bit. And now, like, bro, I still get comments like, bro, didn't you marry your sister? And it's like now it doesn't get to me, but I'm just like, fuck, I can't believe that I created a reality where people think that someone would do that or that's acceptable, even though it worked at the time. Now it's like, okay, now I need to use my good energy and, you know, divert that in a better way for humanity's sake.
For humanity's sake, I love that.
Yeah.
We're gonna save the world.
Yeah.
Love that.
Batman.
Through step siblings.
Yeah. It's crazy. Did you hear about that?
No,
Oh, no.
actually,
Yeah, I heard about
You
that.
did though.
Oh,
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
oath
yeah.
I
I
heard
did
about
not
that.
hear about that. No.
And I did not believe it. No,
Yeah,
I didn't
good,
believe
good.
it, bro. Like I just
I can
Bro.
feel in that it still doesn't bother you.
Mm.
But it's still like, yeah, good. You don't believe that. You know what I mean? It's still.
It's sort of, it's what pisses me off is like, I'm not gonna name drop too, but there's certain influences that I know their whole story.
We'll bleep it. We'll bleep it.
No, fuck, I don't want to say it.
Bleep it. We'll bleep it.
I mean, you're not gonna believe it.
You will. You get it.
There's certain artists and influencers who are just famous because they're famous. Does that make sense?
or hot.
Yeah, and no matter what they do, it's like people are gonna watch the shit. Like, for example, Marlon. I'm not discrediting anything he's done. He put in the work. He streamed.
Marlon, you hearing this? You're gonna tag Marlon.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, if he creates a Snapchat account, everyone's just gonna watch it because it's Marlon. But I feel like with me, I always got to be like fucking scheming, bro. And like that's why it's like I'm the guy who's just in your face. I know how to like hack attention, but like I'm scheming to be on like the same virality level. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there are so many people who just like they don't understand that they can just be themselves, you know. But I've had to come up with all these like, you know, different little hacks, which I'm fine with. It's like a product of my work ethic, you know.
Is that hard as well? Being a content creator, you've created thousands of videos, and then you're still sitting there thinking, "What is the next one?" Sometimes it gets
exactly.
hard. Yeah, writer's block. Or,
100%.
yeah. How do you deal with that?
Well, and also it took a lot away from my music creativity as well. I would be creating. I didn't realize I could be creative in social media, and then when I did, I started creating so many videos that like took away from my musical creativity to the point where I didn't want to go in the studio as much. But now that I've like minimized the amount of output on the social media side, now I'm making more music again and just focusing on that.
Like I haven't watched all your videos. I've only
Yeah.
watched a few, but I think this new song that we're going to talk about later on is your best one yet.
Bro, it's the same.
Oh, bro, best one yet. Nah.
Thank you for saying that. I think so
appreciate
too.
you, dog.
Bro, I showed a bunch of people the music video and they're like, "This is the best one." Shit goes hard, huh?
It really does.
Yeah.
After the shoot, it was still going in my mind. I went on the way home. I was like,
Bro, I was singing it. We were
Fuck yeah.
singing that shit.
"Who gonna?"
Fuck yeah.
You know, and it just.
You catch yourself. You
Yeah.
catch yourself. You're like, "Oh shit! Wait, I'm singing this
Because
song."
that Party Girls, I vibe with that, yeah. Because obviously it relates to, you know, and I think music is about relation as well.
yep.
You like a certain artist because you relate to their music, maybe not because they sound so good or anything like that. You sound great,
Thanks,
but
yeah.
just I can tell that the creativity in this song compared to the other ones is, you know, is stepped up, man.
You can hear that it meant something to me.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 100%. It felt natural, especially when filming the video clip as well. A lot of rappers or whatever, but you were natural about it.
Yeah.
And that's what.
There was a bit of.
Yeah. There was hunger, you know. What I mean?
Honestly, I'm fucking angry about it. Like,
There was a bit of bite.
Yeah, when I made this song, like I was fucking angry because I was like, I'm reminding, like basically everything we've talked about so far, I'm reminding myself of all that in my life in this one song and being like, it's like saying, shut up. Like, do you really think I give a fuck about what you're going to say? It's like, shut up, you know?
Who's gonna stop me?
No one.
Are we gonna
No
play
one.
that here too as well?
Yeah, we can play it.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Let's
We'll
do
play
it.
that soon.
Yeah.
But on the Just Hustle podcast, right, we play a game called Cap or No Cap. Alright, so I'm basically gonna say a statement, and you're just gonna say cap or no cap.
Okay.
That's pretty much what it is. All right. You can chime in as well.
Do I have to do it quickly or no?
Is it a buzzer? Is it a me v him?
Yeah, it's a quick thing. Don't think about it too much. I don't
So
want
first honest answer.
Yeah, honest answer. I just want something quick. It's supposed to be pretty quick, yeah. So just whatever comes to your mind, boom.
All right.
And I might ask why, but we'll see.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Ready?
Ready.
Okay. We don't have a buzzer thing, so I'm just gonna have to.
No, I'll just say it. Fuck
Yeah. All right. Cool. Hard work beats talent every time.
No cap.
You need motivation to be successful.
No cap.
Haters secretly help
Actually,
you.
wait.
Oh.
Cap. Sorry. Cap.
That was Cap?
We just talked about
Yeah, cap.
some people are just famous for being
Yeah.
famous.
Yeah. No, fuck motivation. Cap.
Yeah, fuck that. Haters secretly help you grow.
Cap. I mean, no cap. Sorry, I'm confused.
So that was no Cap?
Yeah. No
Why?
cap. Wait, haters help you grow?
Haters secretly help you grow.
Of course they do, because it's a signal of momentum. Because it's questioning their
motion.
It's questioning their insecurities.
Some artists are famous but not gifted.
Right. Some artists are famous,
Not gifted.
not gifted. No cap.
Going viral can ruin careers if you're not ready.
No cap.
Money buys happiness.
Cap.
Ooh.
Really?
I want you to.
I want to know about this because we got our thoughts. Tell us.
Yeah.
What is happiness?
Stability.
Freedom.
I think happiness doesn't. It changes its definition to every person. I think you have to create your version of happiness, and I don't think it should be superseded by money.
I completely agree with you, but I'm gonna put you in perspective. Would you rather stress about what you said? Should I wear these $2,000 shoes for hiking, or would you rather worry? Am I gonna be able to make next rent? You know what I mean? One has a lot more options, whereas one there's genuinely nothing you could do about it. If you know what I mean. There's like.
But I still think the latter, the second person, would have the potential to be more happy than the first.
But wouldn't you say money could remove that stress / give you that relief or happiness?
Yes, but it could also add other stresses.
And that's a good one.
And not could, it does.
And also, I want to ask our BTS girl, Vivian, money buys happiness, cap or no cap, and why?
Cap, for sure. Because even when you've got money, you don't get to choose your reality. You have to kind of build things like your passions, your relationships with other people. And those things are so much more important towards happiness than money. Money will give you freedom, but it doesn't dictate your reality whatsoever.
Facts.
Oh, I like that.
Facts.
And our production guy, Nami,
What's up, Holmes?
money buys happiness, cap or no cap?
I have very specific opinions about this topic, okay? And it's a double-edged sword, so I'm going to go both cap and no cap, okay?
Okay.
And this is why. Money will solve your money problems. And in a sense, if you are broke, you're going to be having a hard life and you won't be happy. However, one of my favorite podcasters, Just Hustle, obviously.
Never heard of him.
You know Just
They-
Hustle?
Who are they?
I've never heard of
But
it.
Chris
Yeah.
Williamson. You guys know Chris Williamson, obviously. Fantastic podcast if you haven't checked it out.
That's the light-haired guy.
Sorry?
He's got like blonde hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chris Williamson, fantastic person, okay? He says, just because you have money and no drive, like your ability to feel joy even when there's no joy present in life is what happiness is. Like the smallest thing, looking at some nice flowers on a sunny day could make you happy. Money won't get you that. So no cap and cap at the same time.
It's always the small things. That make
I like that. And
Yeah.
if you guys, I want to know what you guys think. Money buys happiness, cap or no cap? Drop it in the comments. But it's a good one, yeah?
You can only answer that with no cap. Wait, you can only answer that with cap once you get the money.
Okay.
So if you don't have the money, you're going to be saying,
So you think people with no money
Agree.
yeah.
can't? Okay.
You need to have both sides of.
Because once you get the money, you see you sort of break the veil and you break the illusion and you sort of see what life's actually about. But before you have the money, all you care about is the money, you know?
You could also not answer that if you were born into money. I think you need both sides.
Mm.
People who, you
The
know,
most
rich dads.
the most miserable people are people with rich parents. They never work for anything real their whole life. They don't know what it costs to get something.
Do you think they're miserable or their life is labeled as miserable because that? Do they realize they're miserable? I think they're.
I think it's sort of like, you know, in GTA, you ever use the unlimited ammo and money glitch?
Yeah, of
As
course.
soon as you do that, the game's not fun.
No, it's not fun anymore, is it?
It's not fun. And that's the same thing.
But you once.
That's a perfect analogy.
Yeah, it's just you don't want to play
analogy.
the fucking game. You're
No.
just like, what's the point? I got
could
everything.
buy everything.
I got everything.
Yeah.
I got an
Then a new
RPG.
car comes out, I can just buy it. Yeah.
But let's just say you load up the game, you've never played it before, and you already have the unlimited money and ammo. You wouldn't know
Yeah,
the difference.
which is worse.
You wouldn't know.
Yeah,
No, you're right. You're right.
happiness isn't. I don't think it should be the outcome. It should be the pathway.
And happiness shouldn't be materialized.
No.
Materialized.
I give all my clothes to my family. I don't. As soon as my wardrobe's getting too full, I get annoyed and I'm
What a
like, I
struggle,
don't want
man.
this
Yeah, I
shit.
don't want this anymore.
It's cluttering my mind.
Yeah.
Like I just want less things, you know.
What a struggle. Rich people problems. Damn, man, my
He's
clothes is getting a bit big.
It sounds terrible.
Gosh, darn.
No, it sounds terrible.
No, but we've seen where you've come from, and
Yeah.
you know you've built yourself up to that.
I wear the
status.
same tank top every day.
You know,
Like,
honestly, right? Just
don't-
going off the game at the moment, but I was expecting you to, you know, drip out in Gucci and stuff like that. Didn't expect. I just thought, you know, like someone of your caliber
really?
would.
Yeah.
But bro, look how you've dressed. You know what I mean? And that's surprised.
I think it goes
lot of
back to
people-
humility. Like what we said, he walked in, he had the aura of just.
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks, bro.
humbleness,
I was about to say that.
bro. You're in a tank top.
I
man,
was gonna say that.
And actually,
Chill,
I
and
was gonna wear
trackies.
my chains. I took them off.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
Ah,
I just have this for the Just Hustle podcast. all right?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
letting you guys know, I
Yeah.
was gonna wear my chains.
It's good though.
It is. No, one thing.
Like I want people to see me for what I am, not for the chains. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, of course.
That's not who I am.
You do a very good job of that.
Thank you.
Like, I've been trying to say this. Usually, when you walk in a room, let's just say you walk in the club, and let's just say they're an artist performing. Yeah, you'd immediately know who it is.
Mm.
You'd be like, oh, okay, who's the guy who has like 7 chains on, rings, and 10 girls around him? No. Genuinely, let's go to the shoot. When I first came to the shoot, the one with the white background.
Yeah, you were late. Joking.
It was very late. He did tell me 30 minutes beforehand.
Yeah.
But it was like
You last night.
That's okay.
he
You showed up, so that's all that matters.
I'm actually very happy that I did.
Yep.
Honestly.
You're lucky because I would have drove off on you.
We'll talk about that more because it's about the butterfly effect and how that could change.
Oh yeah, we'll do that after this game. Yeah.
For me, I had to actually not look for you, but like, okay, wait, who is?
Oh, you're like, which one's the artist?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that I meant that in such a good way. I obviously knew you, but I was like, it's not like it's popping out. It's an eyesore that. Oh, there he is. Like I opened the door. Oh, there he is.
It's not what you're expecting.
You know what
That's
I mean?
good. I like that.
No, of course not. And Teo, you know what? One thing that's probably the best compliment that people give me is that they feel my aura and presence before they know me or hear me, and that's huge. Yeah, because talk is cheap. Anyone can talk shit. Anyone can fake shit. True. But energy doesn't lie, as I said. Anyway, we've got to get on to the game.
You're right.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's a fun game, right? We're having fun.
Are we still going?
Yeah,
Okay,
of
let's
course
go.
we are.
There's more
Alright.
Capra and
Of course there is. I'm having too much fun with
Let's
this.
do
I
it.
need more. Yeah.
Let's go.
I need more Teo. Pause.
Oh. Uh,
Hey, we good with battery? 20? Yeah. That's okay.
No, bro.
We still got plenty.
Filming for like a while now.
Okay. It'll tell you how long we've been filming. Anyway,
That's okay.
does it say how long we've been filming?
Yeah, it's been.
Oh, what? Okay, all right. Shit, we've
Bro,
been
this
talking.
felt like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I know, right?
Did we just time travel?
We did. Anyway,
Oh, damn.
love can distract you from success.
You mean relationship love?
Love. Or any type of love, but yeah, pretty much love, like in a relationship.
But the success should be the love.
Okay. I would say cap because.
Oh, sorry, we're doing cap or no cap. Sorry, I thought we were talking about shit.
No,
Okay, sorry.
that's later.
The dome.
Love can distract you. Success. No cap.
I agree.
No cap. Okay.
But it's only what you let.
Yeah.
It's genuinely what you let distract you.
Yeah,
Love could be success, like you said. Love is success.
of course. Yeah, take that.
What do you define as
Keep
love
going.
and
Keep going.
success?
Yeah.
We've got it. Your partner should support your dream no matter what.
That's such a middle ground.
It's black and grey.
It's not black and white, this one.
For real.
No matter what. Yeah. I'd say no cap.
Yeah, I agree too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're in it together.
Yeah, I'd say no cap. More than cap.
Yeah. Because in a relationship, it's like a basketball team. She's on the court with you, yeah?
Yeah.
You got to pass to her. She's got to pass to you. You're going to
Or
win
she's on the
together.
sidelines cheering you on,
Well, that too. In cheerleading.
Wearing a cuck mask.
Always this mask. Timing matters more than chemistry.
No cap.
Can we get elaboration?
Timing is everything. Timing is absolutely everything. He's talking about like connection to the moment or opportunity. Right? Yeah, I think timing for sure.
You
I think
reckon?
both are important, but I think timing is definitely more important.
Okay. So you reckon that a football team can win something with no chemistry than chemistry? Doesn't matter about the timing?
Yeah.
Yeah. With a super team, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it's right time, right
All right, let's put it this way. If I messaged you a week later, did the shoot a week later, oh, sorry, bro, I've got something on that day,
Okay, yeah, true, yeah.
And maybe 3 of the people who were going to come weren't available. Or maybe the Lambo wasn't ready,
Yeah. Well, like I said, butterfly effect.
So it lines up.
Yeah, everything's
Talk
just...
about the butterfly
What
effect.
if no, the right time
Yeah.
history and
Yeah.
right time is butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Nothing would have happened if you weren't there right time.
Yeah. But I think chemistry creates the timing too, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it creates more opportunities for
Yeah,
right time.
of course. If they wanted to, they would.
No cap.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they would, I talk to a lot of people that are successful, and I get a response straight away, within 5 minutes. If I talk to just these normal people, they'll be like, "Oh, sorry, I was busy." Like 8 hours later,
Because they're losers.
they're doing nothing. You know what I mean?
They
And that's how I can pick when someone is like, or if they're like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't reply." Blah blah blah. People are genuinely busy. I understand
Yeah,
that.
you
Leave you in a meeting,
yeah.
but not 8 hours.
You didn't reply because you were getting high fucking watching Netflix.
Yeah, the next show. I don't even know
Asshole.
what shows are on. That's why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sleeping 4 hours means you're grinding harder.
Cap.
Winners do what losers won't.
No cap.
Okay? I agree too.
Very much.
And last one. Confidence can beat looks.
No cap.
Definitely no cap.
Confidence is everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Confidence is everything.
Yeah, looks is nothing.
Nothing.
You might get a couple of $100 for feet or something like that, but it's the confidence
This guy.
of walking in that room and owning it that separates you from the rest.
I
Pause.
feel like unless you're a woman, but even then, I would say like a confident woman is more dangerous than a beautiful one. Still.
Yeah.
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 So, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, personality over looks any day.
Yeah.
Because, the personality can make a girl look hotter or somebody look hotter, guy, girl.
Bro, aura. It's everything.
It's aura.
Bro, it's the fucking aura.
It
Doing
is.
what others aren't.
Wrap it
Yeah,
the
yeah, we
fuck
almost.
up.
Yeah.
Wrap it the fuck up.
Wrap
bro.
it the fuck up, man. All right, cool. All right, we just got one more topic and we're done, all right? What topic?
Oh yeah,
What's up,
you gotta go.
need to have intro, outro.
How much? Okay, cool.
You got 7 minutes.
The outro's easy. That's the easiest bit.
Let's go.
Just one. All right, Teo. Is there anything that you want to talk about right now? that we got because apparently we're running over time and this has felt like 5 minutes.
That's crazy. Yeah,
I know
2
it is.
hours.
It's the chemistry.
It is.
And the time.
Stop looking at me. Eye contact.
Oh my god.
Pause.
Nah, fucking. All right. Well, actually, one thing I woke up realizing today is all the motivation that you're relying on to take action is not going to come. And, you know, I know they say, you know, just have discipline, not motivation. It is fucking true, bro. It's fucking true. And now that I'm in the later years of 20, bro, my whole life I had motivation. My whole life I was desperate, you know, to make outcomes for myself. But I'll say as I've transgressed to this age, whether you believe it or not, like young people watching, as soon as you're around into your 30s, the motivation is fucking near none. It's really near none. So you have to stop relying on your feelings to produce outcomes. And you just got to stop thinking, oh, when I'm happy or when I feel good, then I'll do it. Or when I do this and that. No, you just got to do it regardless. You just got to do it.
Just do it. Just show up and do it. I love that.
Just fuck your feelings, fuck happiness, and just do it. Even if you're miserable.
Yeah.
When motivation's out, what's left?
Nothing.
Discipline.
Yeah, discipline. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
What's going to carry you over the finish line?
And just quickly, if there's one thing you could say to the youngins starting or, you know, suffering from mental depression or, you know, writer's block or hard to start, or lack of inspiration, what would you say to them?
Just be comfortable with being shit for a while. Know it's going to take time. Nothing happens, you know, overnight. But it can happen overnight after years of, you know, you grinding. So just never lose the confidence in yourself and be a good person.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Can we play a bit of your track quickly?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Now we're going to play it.
Is the thing on?
I shall check for you.
Quick, because we got low batteries.
Should I just play it on here?
You want, or we can play it out.
Do you
I'm
have
not
it?
even on the jam anymore. I guess we'll just play it out.
We'll just play it out.
Hey, who gonna stop me? Hey, who gonna stop me? Who gonna stop me? You? Nah, shut up. Nah, shut up. Nah, shut up. Nah, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Nah, shut up. Nah, shut up. Nah, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Who gonna stop me? Who gonna stop me? Who gonna stop me? Who? Ain't gonna stop me, ain't gonna stop me, ain't gonna stop me, no. Made another mill, I swear I'm on the road when it's time to play the ball. I'll throw with my giant bitch, FIFA4. She said, is your name Ben? I'm like, bend over. Well, buy something that you can't afford. You a thought and I think that's your daddy's fault. And I'm well informed that you ain't important. You got the fake ass titties in your ass imported. Like, hey, you'll never stop me, hey. Who gonna stop me? Who gonna stop me? Who? Still on the same boat, same old nigga, but now I'm the captain and the crew. Don't ask me if I'm okay, and don't ever tell me what to do. I do not play by the hey, 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 hey. Who gonna stop me? Hey, who gonna stop me? Who gonna stop me? You? Nah, shut up. Nah, shut up. Nah, shut up. Nah, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Nah, shut up. Nah, shut up. Nah, shut up.
Okay.
All right, man, that was mad.
Produced and written by me, by the way.
Yep.
Dane.
Love it.
Everything. Mixed, mastered.
Taylor Ricci, that was
Yeah.
awesome, epic. Yeah?
Right.
No? And
that.
today's message is simple, yeah? The dream is free, but the hustle costs, right? And do what you love to do.
You got one life.
You got one
you
life.
know,
Just
you
do
want-
it, show up.
Worst case, it doesn't work. But the pain of regret is much worse.
Absolutely.
So
And to everyone chasing something right now, just keep building, keep creating. Don't give a fuck about what other people say. That's what Teo says.
Amen.
And we're living by that. Amen to that.
Amen.
If you think you're the GOAT, you pretty much are. If you enjoyed this episode, share it around. We're on Spotify, YouTube, Just Hustle Podcast. Teo's here. He's going to be back later. Tag us, leave a like, share it around. And
Who's gonna stop me out soon?
who going to stop me?
Shut up. Yeah, shut up. Let's go.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Thank you.
Beautiful, bro. Thank you,
I
man.
appreciate you, dog. Thank you
yeah.
very much for coming down, man.
That was amazing.
It was amazing.
The shish was good too.
It is.